welcome back. So today I'm not working with anybody. I just wanted to film kind of a what's going on with our horses because we've had an interesting last week with them. So today is March 25th. It's a Monday. So I'll start exactly a week ago, Monday, March 18th, we had our vet come out for the annual vet visit, vaccines, teeth floating. We didn't end up doing their teeth because the weather was terrible, but we did do the vaccines, and so everything was fine. No, horses can get reactions sometimes and nothing. The next day, I'm pretty sure I worked with the boys, and then Wednesday, I worked with these two girls. And so either Wednesday or Thursday, I worked with Jenny and Riley. And I can't remember. One morning last week, maybe Thursday, I noticed when I gave Jenny her bowl, she went down to it very slowly, and that's not normal. Usually they give them their bowl, they go straight down. But she was kind of hesitating, as if something was bothering her. I didn't think much of it. I just said, maybe she slept weird, she's a little stiff, something was just bothering her. So, and other than that, she seemed normal, so I didn't think much of it. But then on Friday morning, Jenny still did the same thing, and all of a sudden, me and Dad are standing at Jenny looking to see if there's anything. Mable pawed at her bowl and spilt all of her food everywhere, which is not something Mable does. You give her her bowl, she goes right down and eats it. Watching her for a few minutes, she couldn't go down either. And the few days before that, I didn't notice anything. She went down perfectly fine. We looked at her, she had started quivering almost all over her body, which is just a little shake. I took her for a little walk. She's walking normal. She trotted for me, but again, she couldn't go down and she was quivering. She looked a little bit nervous. Something was bothering her. And then, so obviously something is wrong. The fact that two horses can't go down properly, something is wrong. We looked over everybody. Jenny had a lump on her neck, exactly where the needle for the vaccines went in. And when you touched it, it was sore and she avoided us. Sally had the same thing. But Sally did not have the problem of not being able to go down. She could go down normally, and she is fine other than that. Mable did not have the weird balls on her neck, and she wasn't avoidant when we were touching there. So we are just assuming that what happened was a delayed vaccine reaction. We didn't get the vet out. After that, we will just, give it a day or two, see how it was doing, and they were getting better every day, so we didn't think we had to call the vet out. And both of these girls went right down for their food this morning, so they're obviously getting better. Mable will not work, at least until the weekend, just to make sure there's nothing wrong with her. Jenny either. Sally will, because she seems perfectly fine. There's nothing on her neck anymore, and she doesn't seem bothered when we touch her, whereas Jenny, I touched her last night on her neck and she was still a little bit avoidant. And we have a great relationship with our vet. They've come out anytime we've needed them to. They're great. They seem to like the horses too. So, I said this is probably just a delayed reaction to the vaccines. I'm not saying that to not get your horses vaccinated in case this happens or anything. We get them vaccinated every year. Nothing's ever happened. until this year. And the reason that this concerned us is because usually if the horses will get a reaction, it's right away or a day later. But this happened 3 to 4 days later, so obviously that would concern us a little bit. But like we said, we gave it a couple days and every day they got better, so we didn't worry too much. And they're getting back to normal. They're still a bit like they're half asleep all the time, just slow and, you know, like they're waking up from sedation or something. That's how they've been. But other than that, like they're eating, they're drinking, they're acting fairly normal. Like Mabel's a very nickery horse when we're bringing out food, and she's still been doing that. Okay, so the only, like I said, Jenny, Sally had a lump on their neck. Mable didn't, but she had the other problems. Nobody else has had anything like that, but now we're getting into some other stuff. Charlie's fine. If anybody's wondering about what happened on his neck from my last video, it's not bothering him. He'll be working probably with Sally tomorrow. Riley came up lame on Friday morning. We don't know what happened. Their pen is a little bit weird in some places. He could have twisted something, fell weird. Who knows? This happens. Horses go lame. So obviously he won't be working for a little bit. We really don't know how long. Him and Charlie are now spending time in this pen right behind us, just to keep Riley from moving around so much, and just so nobody's chasing him around, so that he doesn't have to worry about running off or anything like that. He can just not move very much, eat hay, drink water, and not have to worry about anything else. We'll keep an eye on him. If it starts, he seemed okay this morning, still limping, but if it gets worse or doesn't get any better, we will get the vet out to come and check him out. I don't know if I said it's his right front. You can see he's stretching it out. He doesn't want to put much weight on it either. He obviously walks around, but you could tell when he's very light on it. You can see here he doesn't really want to stand on it. That's why he's stretching out. And we don't want him walking around very much, which is also why he's in this pen behind us. A short walk to water and food, and other than that, he shouldn't have to walk around very much. Once he is walking back to normal, he'll still get at least a full week off. That's just what we do. We want to make sure he's perfectly fine. So once he's walking normally, if he stays that way for a whole week, then we'll slowly bring him back in to work. Izzy's doing fine. She's actually doing really well. She's been backing out of her stall without any problems really, walking around great, so she's good. Two girls are also fine. Daisy was a bit lame last week on her front left, but she seems fine now. The setup that we have behind us that Riley and Charlie are currently using was set up for Mary and Daisy. Daisy was going to have the shelter, Mary was going to have the trailer. Just mainly during the day they'd be together, and at night Daisy'd be locked in the shelter so that she's alone if she does have the hole. But we spent about 2 days getting that nice and ready for them. I am not exaggerating with this. 5 minutes after we let them in there, Daisy busted through the fence and ran back over there. And so there was no point in leaving Mary there because she's not the one that needs to be there anyway. So chances are we're gonna lock Daisy up in the green gate setup with the shelter so that she can't get out. because we want her having the foal in the shelter and not out in the pasture with all the other horses. We'd like Mary to stay with her, but we're not going to put Mary in the green gate with her because that could be dangerous if she has the foal and in that tight of a spot with both of them, and who knows what Mary will do. But the one thing that I don't want to do is put Mary with the boys because I don't want her chasing them around or getting them all riled up. Riley does not need that right now. He just needs to rest. And so either Mary just won't stay here with her, or I'm going to have to build a different pen for the boys to stay in for now. Which is fine, the ground is starting to get softer, so I should be able to sink some posts. So you can see Riley isn't stretching his leg right now, so he still can put weight on it. If there was something broken, the chances that he was walking around at all or nothing. So he probably just something moved, maybe twisted something. But he doesn't seem to be getting worse, so we'll just keep an eye on him and hopefully he recovers quickly. He's drinking and eating fine, so when a horse stops eating or drinking, you know there's something really wrong with them. And that's not the case for him, for any of the 3 girls that had the problem, so. And I think that's everything that I had to say today. Good boy, Ryan. So, for the rest of the week, because Sally and Charlie are the only 2 horses that can work right now, they'll be working together quite a bit, which is good. They need to get better at working together anyway. So, I know my next video won't be until Saturday, so I'll keep an eye out for community posts or shorts on updates with the horses. And I guess that's it for today. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.